Switzerland is a country defined by paradox. It's in the heart of Europe, but not part of the EU. It's a modern democracy, yet famously discreet. It's a neutral power that has quietly shaped some of the most important geopolitical events of the past 2 centuries. It stayed out of 2 world wars, hosted peace talks between rivals, safeguarded the wealth of kings, criminals, and corporations, and somehow it's done all of this while maintaining a reputation for civility, precision, and neutrality. So how does it work? How does a small landlocked nation with virtually no natural resources manage to play such an outsized role in global affairs? Switzerland wasn't always this neutral. In fact, Swiss soldiers were once among the most feared mercenaries in Europe. Swiss pikemen served in foreign armies for centuries, aggressively, profitably. But by the early 19th century, this strategy was becoming untenable. The Napoleonic Wars devastated the region, and the Confederation realized that neutrality might offer a more sustainable path forward. At the Congress of Vienna in 1815, Switzerland's permanent neutrality was officially recognized. Neutrality became deeply embedded in the national psyche. It shaped the country's foreign policy, military structure, and even its national mythology. The idea of standing apart became core to Swiss identity. During both World Wars, Switzerland mobilized troops and fortified its borders, despite not engaging in direct combat. The Swiss armed forces still trained for defense. Every male citizen is conscripted. The Swiss also invested heavily in civil defense infrastructure. Underground bunkers, stockpiles of essential supplies, and a decentralized government all contributed to wartime resilience unmatched by many of its neighbors. This culture of preparedness fostered a kind of national stoicism, a belief that self-reliance, legalism, and neutrality could carry the country through global storms. Even today, Switzerland is not isolationist. It engages economically and diplomatically, but always on its own terms. It's a member of the Schengen area, maintains bilateral agreements with the EU, and cooperates closely with international institutions, but it remains ideologically unbound. While neutrality shaped Switzerland's diplomacy, secrecy built its economy. In 1934, the Swiss banking law made it a criminal offense to reveal the identity of account holders. Switzerland became the vault of the world. During World War II, this discretion made it possible for Nazi Germany to store assets safely. After the war, dictators, tax evaders, multinational corporations, and the ultra-wealthy used Swiss banks to protect and sometimes hide their fortunes. Swiss banks didn't ask too many questions, and that discretion attracted everyone, from hedge funds to Hollywood stars. Bankers became gatekeepers of a global elite network. Over time, the secrecy became part of Switzerland's international identity. It wasn't just about hiding money, it was about offering stability in an unstable world. Swiss institutions adapted. They began offering tax-compliant wealth management services, rebranding secrecy as sophistication. Still, to this day, Switzerland manages over a quarter of the world's offshore wealth. The economic impact of banking secrecy was massive. It helped Switzerland build a strong financial sector that contributes roughly 10% to the national GDP. Cities like Zurich and Geneva became synonymous with discretion and security, and with financial services attracting global capital, other industries benefited as well. Real estate boomed, luxury retail flourished, and international schools sprouted to accommodate elite expat families. As the 21st century unfolded, pressure from the EU, US, and global watchdogs forced Switzerland to loosen some banking laws, yet its image remained largely intact. Swiss banks still serve as preferred institutions for high net worth individuals, and the country continues to rank among the top financial centers worldwide. In diplomacy, Switzerland doesn't just project force, it provides the platform. Geneva is home to one of the United Nations' 4 major offices and over 180 other international organizations. The Red Cross was founded here, and major treaties, from nuclear talks to humanitarian law, have been negotiated on Swiss soil. The country acts as a neutral go-between. Iran and the US, Switzerland carries messages. Hostage negotiations, Swiss channels are often involved. Its reliability, discretion, and lack of agenda make it a preferred diplomatic intermediary. And with no colonial legacy, little geopolitical ambition, and a stable domestic environment, Switzerland has become a space other nations trust. Beyond Geneva, Swiss diplomacy operates on quieter stages. The country has long maintained projecting power mandates, representing countries that have severed ties. For example, Switzerland represented U.S. interests in Iran after 1979, and continues to act as a diplomatic bridge in sensitive global conflicts. The Swiss Federal Department of Foreign Affairs even offers specialized training in conflict resolution. This credibility has economic implications too. Hosting international organizations brings jobs, real estate investment, and steady streams of foreign professionals. Cities like Geneva benefit from a stable diplomatic economy. Neutrality isn't just a principle, it's a product, and Switzerland sells it well. While it lacks natural resources, Switzerland makes up for it with world-class human capital, infrastructure, and reputation. Its pharmaceutical giants, Novartis and Roche, are among the most innovative in the world, Its watchmakers, Patek Philippe, Omega, and Rolex, have turned timekeeping into luxury. Its fintech sector continues to grow, merging traditional banking with cutting-edge regulation. Switzerland also plays a role in global commodities. Geneva is a major hub for trading oil, grain, and metals, despite the country not producing any of them. The infrastructure, legal frameworks, and low taxes make it an ideal base. Add to that the appeal of the Swiss-made brand, an emblem of trust and quality. Whether it's a pocket knife or a surgical instrument, Switzerland's reputation is an asset that turns every product into a soft power projection. The country's economy is heavily export-driven, with over 70% of GDP coming from trade. Swiss firms can negotiate better deals, attract global talent, and maintain international operations without the political baggage of bigger powers. And then there's the tourism. The Alps, the lakes, the ski resorts. They aren't just pretty, they represent serenity, safety, and quality. Switzerland has commercialized peace and precision at every level of its economy. But discretion comes at a cost. Switzerland's financial system has been accused of enabling kleptocracies, shielding tax evasion, and facilitating corruption. Nazi gold, apartheid-era South African wealth, and billions linked to modern autocrats have moved quietly through Swiss vaults. International watchdogs have also criticized its role in money laundering. While reforms have been made, including transparency laws and international agreements, loopholes remain. Domestically, debates continue over whether neutrality sometimes means moral disengagement. Critics argue that staying above the fray shouldn't mean staying silent when rights are being violated. The challenge moving forward is sustainability. Can Switzerland maintain its balancing act in an age of global transparency and rising geopolitical polarization? At the same time, the Swiss model remains remarkably resilient. Its combination of legal rigor, institutional consistency, and strategic modesty makes it difficult to uproot. In a global system obsessed with scale, speed, and spectacle, Switzerland reminds us that influence can come quietly, through rules, routine, and restraint. And that sometimes the country that gets away with everything is the one that never tries to take too much. Thanks for watching.